So what's going on with YouTube? YouTube is changing their policies and how they enforce them lately, and a lot of people are really upset about it. It seems to me they're going after people who get a lot of hits, and they're going after people who say anything controversial, even when it's actual news. And the best example is Philip DeFranco. He covers news, and he doesn't pull any punches. He tells people they're idiots when they're idiots, and that's why people love him. That's why more people watch his news show than a lot of the national news shows. Philip DeFranco, you've been filled in. And he's been doing it for quite some time, and he's one of the early adopters, and he does make revenue off of YouTube, and he does sell his own products and that sort of thing. He has a whole staff of people that he has to keep employed, and they're screwing with him. YouTube is really screwing with him and trying to tell him that he can't cover the news. I mean, how are you supposed to cover the news and not cover things like conflict and things that might offend someone and crap like this? It's like YouTube is completely within the rights to tell people to fuck off, but to be honest with you, it would be a huge mistake if they ever intended to make money with the platform. Now, therein lies the rub. There's the rub. YouTube, to my knowledge, YouTube has never turned a profit. Not for, Alphabet owns Google and YouTube. And I'm wondering if Alphabet intends to spin off YouTube or to sell it. Because I'm not sure who would want it. It's never made money. No matter what they do, YouTube Red, somebody said, if you look at the worldwide views of YouTube Red and compare, if you look at the worldwide views of YouTube and compare it to the views of Red, it's statistically zero. There's statistically zero people paying for YouTube Red. It's an insignificant number. The thing that gets me is there are other choices out there. Now, I don't use YouTube subscriptions. I always hear this thing about, oh my God, my subscriptions aren't working on YouTube. People complain about it all the time on YouTube. And if YouTube could do it all over again, they wouldn't have subscriptions, because what a specific subscription box does for you is it allows you to go to the familiar place and do the familiar thing and then leave. And YouTube hates that. They want to lure you to the new stuff as well. So they don't just want to hook you on. That's why places like Hulu and Xfinity and things like that, they don't really have a favorites section. There's nowhere to go get favorites. You have that. They insist on having they insist on having a place you go to get popular stuff, and you basically have to go hunt down your favorites. And they've rigged it up so you can't even put bookmarks on your favorite shows. You can't go to a show list. It has a list of all the episodes available for show. You can't even go through that using a favorite. It won't pull up right, because every time it generates a new list for you, when you click on it from their site, it generates a unique URL, and there's no way to bookmark it, really. You can't bookmark it and come back to it in a couple of days and see if there's any new episodes of your favorite show. Because favorites screw them. I don't know. This whole concept of online video, online content thing. And video costs money to keep up on the system. It costs money to present to people, because it's real bandwidth. I mean, you're talking, everybody wants 4K and 1080p. This is being shot, I think, in 1080p. I'm not sure. But I don't know. It costs a lot of money to put that content and make it available. And I just don't know where the money is, because when you look at how much money they're making off of each video for advertising, how much, even with YouTube Red and people paying for content, I just don't know where the money's going to come from in the future for online content. Because if you really stop and look at the success rate of sales per minute of online advertising is lousy. So if you per view or per whatever, I've never deliberately clicked on an online advertisement in my life. You've lost me as a customer. You've lost me as a victim, I should say. I've accidentally clicked on several. But even if I see something in advertisement I like, I stop and I go outside of that system, outside of that little ecosystem, and I search for what I want, where I want it. And that's got to drive them nuts out there. I've never deliberately clicked on an online advertisement. People being brought up now, the generation being brought up now, they have advertisements in everything they do, and it's just part of their life, so they're used to it. So the next generation coming up, or next couple of generations coming up, you know, they'll be, the advertisement model might be there. They've captured some of those people. But I don't know, you've lost an entire generation. My generation you've lost with advertising. You did it wrong before you figured out what was going on. And now I have stopped using content, online content, in some cases when the advertisements got obnoxious enough to prevent me from getting to the content. And that can be paywalls, that can be just pop-ups that are inside the browser. I still haven't figured out why they haven't just killed that. The pop-ups that come up inside the browser window. Anyway, those have driven me away from sites. It's nuts. I don't understand. I don't understand how they make money, and I probably never will. And it's not. I'm glad I'm not in the business. It's a cutthroat business, online advertising. I don't know what model's going to work. They got to make money somehow. But you know, when people get used to getting something for a long time, and then all of a sudden you make it harder for them to get to it, you have to make it addictive. And I'm sorry, most online content is just not addictive. And only 30% of people really suffer from addiction anyway. And that number's dropping from what I understand. Oh well, we'll see how things play out. I still put my videos up on YouTube for now, but I don't monetize them. So who knows? Maybe they're just trying to get those high-end people to stop monetizing through YouTube. Maybe that's all they're trying to do.